Hey guys, good morning. Sarah Berry CPA from Texarkana, Texas, and I am going to do another Tax Tip Tuesday. Today I want to go over a question that I get pretty often from clients and individuals who are not clients. They ask me, I'm an individual and I don't have a business. Can you tell me how tax reform is going to affect me? So I typed up some quick little pointers I want to go over with you guys. So generally speaking, and this is very general, if you are an individual and you don't have a business, a farm, or a rent schedule, your tax liability will be lowered and your tax preparation process will probably be simplified. Here again, in general, broad terms. The most obvious reason for this is the media taunted. I'm sure you've heard that the standard deduction has doubled this year. It was $12,000 on our 2017 tax returns. It's now $24,000 on our 18 tax returns if you are married filing joint. If you are single, it was $6,000 last year. It's about $12,000 this year. So that has caused about 90 to 95% of taxpayers to take the standard deduction now instead of itemizing deductions like they have previously done. So that has simplified the tax preparation process, the majority of taxpayers. Number two, the child tax credit is now $2,000 per child instead of $1,000. Also, the thresholds have increased, so more taxpayers are eligible for the child tax credit than they were in previous years. There is also a $500 child tax credit for other dependents. So if you have a dependent living at home that is over the age of 17, it could be a child in college, or it could be a parent or grandparent that you support. You no longer get a dependency exemption, but you get a dependency credit of $500. Again, number three, there is no longer a dependency exemption. In prior years, in 2017, this was a little over $4,000 that you deducted from your income in order to arrive at your taxable income. We no longer have that dependency exemption deduction. Now instead we have either a child tax credit or a dependency credit for $500. Number five, the Form 1040 looks drastically different than it did last year. So they have added 6 new schedules to the Form 1040. This has not necessarily made the tax preparation process any simpler than it has in previous years. So if you put up your tax return from 2017 up next to 2018, it is going to look drastically different. It's hard to compare line by line like we used to do. So that's drastically changed the preparation process. Keep in mind, if you are an Arkansas taxpayer, you would be interested to know that Arkansas has not answered the federal tax reform. So Arkansas has not come back and said they will double their standard deduction. The standard deduction for married individuals is still around $4,000 for Arkansas. So another thing to note, if you pay Arkansas state tax, let's say you live in Arkansas outside the city limits of Texarkana, Arkansas, and you have to pay Arkansas tax, it is very possible that you have more than $4,000 in itemized deductions, so you will be itemizing for Arkansas purposes, but you don't have $24,000 for a married couple. So you have more than 4, but not more than 24. So you can itemize for Arkansas purposes, but take the standard deduction for federal purposes. There are a lot of other changes. Lots of other changes that had put into place with this tax reform, but these are the most important that affect most of my individuals that don't own a business or a farm or rent properties. Due to these tax reform changes, many of my clients that used to itemize deductions are not going to be itemizing anymore. You're going to be taking those standard deductions. So honestly, a lot of my clients, they didn't need me anymore. So you can go to irs.gov if you determine that you fall into that category. If you're an individual with a W-2 and you're going to be taking a standard deduction, possibly not paying Arkansas tax, you can prepare your taxes yourself, possibly for free, and get the same results as paying someone else to do your taxes. So try this. Go to irs.gov, file your taxes for free. If your income is under $66,000, you'll probably qualify for that. So This is all for Tax Tip Tuesday. Happy tax season.